Welcome to the Den, the Dark Entertainment Network. I'm the Gothic Rose, and this is the dark tale of the day. Hello, dear fiends of the Den. As you know, the Dark Entertainment Network is a channel where the news meets conspiracy theories. It makes babies in my brain, and it comes out my mouth. If you like this type of content, please like, subscribe, hit that bell, and don't forget to leave me a comment because I am not going to stop. Hello, dear fiends of the Den. I am back after a 2-day brief hiatus to deal with some sort of sickness that just took me down. I slept for 12 hours. It was wild. Go to my shorts. I talk all about it, but thank you so much for the well wishes that I got from so many of you who do understand the importance of self care. We can always come back and finish what we're doing another day. And with that, I just have to say that my passion for Hollywood history, especially the dark side of it, is growing. Today, we're talking about Hollywood legend, silent film legend, man of a thousand faces, Lon Chaney Sr. Now, if you go back to the episode with both father and son, Lon Chaney Jr. and Sr., you will hear their very tragic cats in the cradle stories. Check that out. But let's talk about, before all of this, the man who brought artistry, true artistry, to silent films. Lon Chaney Sr. was born Leondis Frank in 1883, and he passed away in 1930. He was famously dubbed the Man of a Thousand Faces. He was a master of transformation in the silent film era. Lon Chaney was born to deaf parents, so he developed a remarkable ability for nonverbal expression, which became the cornerstone of his haunting performances. He wasn't just an actor, he was a self taught makeup artist who pioneered techniques that are still admired today. Lon Chaney, as he was known at the time because he was not senior, his son was not yet born, was best known for his roles in movies like The Hunchback of Notre Dame in 1923 and The Phantom of the Opera in 1925, where he physically transformed himself into grotesque, tragic figures using painful prosthetics and elaborate makeup. His characters often embodied themes of isolation, deformity, and misunderstood humanity, a kind of visual poetry that helped define American horror cinema. Off screen, and this is what I admire about him so very much, he was intensely private. He once said, "Between pictures, there is no Lon Chaney." And his intense privacy was the cornerstone of his life. And again, I just admire that so much, that you don't need to put everything out there. But his only sound film, The Unholy Three in 1930, added to the mystique by showcasing multiple vocal personas. So he not only had incredible facial expressions that were so detailed and portrayed emotion, he not only was a visual makeup artist that created looks that are still to this day copied and just, they're historic Hollywood. He was also very good at creating voices, and sadly, he died at age 47 from throat cancer. But he has a legacy that looms large, not just in classic horror films, my absolute favorite genre of film, but Lon Chaney is the definition of character acting. He is said to be the DNA of character acting, and he had many collaborations with Todd Browning. And Todd Browning is the director who, in 1932, created the controversial film Freaks, which you can find an entire episode on here in the Den. I will hopefully remember to link it in the comments. You might hear some thunder behind me. We have some weather coming in. Again, it's like the 300th day of rain in New York. Anyway, Lon Chaney and Todd Browning were a match made in macabre heaven, a creative duo who helped shape the darker, more psychological, twisted side of early Hollywood, the side that I am drawn to. So they collaborated on at least 10 films between 1919 and 1929, with Brown directing Chaney transforming himself into tortured, often grotesque characters. And their partnership was built on mutual fascination with the outcast, the criminal, and the physically deformed. And these are themes that both men explored with an eerie sensitivity. So they really were creating art for public consumption, things that were going to reach out and touch the masses. These dark films are so incredibly fascinating. The writing, the characterization of things. I'm going to get into one of Lon Chaney's more famous films tomorrow, starring a very young Joan Crawford. So stay tuned for that. It is an incredibly haunting and psychologically thrilling film. The more I look into Hollywood, and not just the inside aspects of why films were created, but the outside aspects and the secrets it all hides, this place is truly, truly American history at its finest and also at its worst. Join me for more in the den. If you have any dark tales of Hollywood you would like to share, from movies to actors to directors, producers, anything you've got, email me at welcome to the den podcast at gmail.com. Thank you, dear fiends of the den. I appreciate each and every one of you who is part of this community. And if you do like this content, please share, like, subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell. Thank you for joining me in the den. The Dark Entertainment Network is here for all your macabre needs.